We now have for our special address Dr. Ashok Kumar Joshi, Director of the Maharashtra Remote Sensing Application Center, to share a few words.
A very good morning to you all. Dr. Mahapatra, Director IMD, representatives from different companies, geospatial industry. I'm really thankful that I'm invited here to really speak to you all and also know that what really holds in terms of geospatial technology, what will be the future of geospatial technology in the country, because you are the people who provide all the services and technology. So I'm here to really learn more from you. But apart from that, you know that things have changed. 2 years before, I was here where I really told about the Mahabhumi project of government of Maharashtra. And in between, you know, a lot of things have changed. National geospatial policy is out, remote sensing data policy is out. And very important thing is in the geospatial policy, they have identified some targets that what we have to do, what we have to achieve by 2025, 30 and 35. So these are very important targets, and it also brings a lot of challenges to the geospatial industry, because achieving that kind of accuracy is what we are aiming at, whether we talk about the twin cities, we talk about the 5 centimeter DM of the urban areas or the rural areas 2 meter DM. A lot of challenges are there, but we have to see that what is that technology we have to bring so that we can achieve those targets, because you know in between we had projects like Summit where we wanted to do the mapping of the entire country, all the villages using drone data, but it still is going on. So we have to see that these targets are whatever is defined in the National Geospatial Policy, we should be able to achieve and bring the technology, have the JVs with foreign companies and bring the technology to the country, so that whatever tools we want to use, we can really basically write a white paper and give it to the government. This is what is needed with a timeline, that if we want to achieve this in 25, these are the things needed. For 2030, these are the things needed. And we had to do it quite early actually, because even now also, because we talk about the twin cities and all, most of the efforts are only up to the pilot level. Maybe 1 or 2 cities have been mapped using the LIDAR, and they have created 3D cities, basically in the smart cities they call it. But it took enormous time, almost 3 to 4 years to really process the entire data and then derive the 3D of the cities. So we had to see that how we can really cut down the cost, what technology should be used, so that in an optimal time we should be able to give a solution. Because every geospatial information comes with time. If we don't utilize the information within the time frame, then it is obsolete. So a lot of challenges are there for us, and you know, though I come from Maharashtra Remote Sensing Application Center, and now with the opening of the geospatial in the geospatial, everything is open to the industry. So we are almost, will be competing with you many times. Maybe we'll be working with you together. So a lot of change is there in the frame of mind in the government also. It is not always that you know, the government departments only will be given the task. It is basically who delivers first and what is the quality of the delivery. That is more important. So we will be looking forward to working with you all, so that we can understand the new technology, bring the new technology to the state, and also work with you. Maybe whatever experience we have in this state, maybe we can implement in other states also, because there are states which have not reached to that level. So we can also work together with the industry. As you know that Mahabhumi database is now ready, and when we talk about Mahabhumi data, many of you may be knowing that it is basically mapping of the entire state on 1/4,000 scale. It's a terabyte of data along with the satellite data which needs to be served. And when we talk about the serving the satellite data and the vector data, it's a huge data which needs to be analyzed online also, because these days we are not really providing the physical data to anyone. Everything, all the services are given through WMS or WFS. So in that context, we need some online geoprocessing tools which each department can utilize in their day-to-day activity, because we have to make them dependent on us. So we should be able to provide them the services, which is a very challenging task. And we are working with the different partners to basically see that what is the need of the different state department and what kind of geoportal we should have, so that we can serve the data, because many times we do generate a lot of data, but finally it has to be served in a way so that a department can use it in a day-to-day life. Tell you some of the very important initiatives which are taken in the government of Maharashtra are basically e-Panchnama. We all know that whenever there is a disaster, sir was talking about the disaster, whenever there is a flood, there is a cyclone, and particularly in the flood in the Maharashtra, we don't have the fortunately cyclones, but we had the floods and the hailstorm, and due to that, whenever there is a damage, there is a tendency of the elected representatives to identify more and more areas basically, so that they can give compensation to the farmers in their region. Government of Maharashtra has taken the initiative of this e-Panchnama, where we have developed a mobile app. Using the mobile app, the person will be going to the ground and collecting all the information and sending it all to the collector office, from collector office to divisional office, and then through DBT the amount will be deducted. So whatever used to take 3 to 4 months, because earlier everything used to be done in the paperwork, but now everything is done digitally. So report will be out within a week's time, and maybe within a fortnight or so, farmers can be given the compensation very fast. So this is a great initiative taken by Government of Maharashtra. Last year we had a pilot, and this year for the entire Maharashtra we will be implementing this scheme. So such initiatives are being taken by the government because they also want to bring transparency in the entire system. So geospatial really plays a very important role. And here we are using all the land records data, which is really integrated with e-Panchnama. Another very important development in the country, you know, that PM Gati Shakti. And under PM Gati Shakti, we need to update. There are some mandatory layers, and there are some optional layers. So some of the states who have a lot of data, we have uploaded the data which is available to the BISAGAN portal, basically through WMS and WFS. So this database is being used by PM Gati Shakti program for identifying the economic corridors, for infrastructure development, for logistic parks location, and this needs updated information. So whenever we talk about the updation of the vector data, we need to have the satellite data, which should be frequently available to us so that we can update the data. So in a state like Maharashtra, we are doing the mapping, already mapped on 4,000 scale. We are now updating the existing base map using 30 centimeter data, which is acquired recently. So this updation of maps is very important activity as far as PM Gati Shakti is concerned. And now there is a PM Gati Shakti is also bringing more and more areas into its fold. Earlier we thought it's only infrastructure. Now strategic district development planning is also one of the part under PM Gati Shakti. So all our district development plans will be utilized or developed using the PM Gati Shakti portal. Already we have started the training at the district level and divisional level. So this also brings a lot of knowledge to the people at the district level that GIS is so important. And whatever database we have, they are basically using it, and we are making some modules. So they will be able to use our GIS data and make their plans. So PM Gati Shakti is really expanding its role. And apart from this, there is also, you know, that in the policy document on geospatial, it also talks about the GDP. So far, our GDP is calculated basically at the district level. But now they want to take it down to the village level or at least the Tahsil level to start with. And for that, they had to identify the parameters, which are those parameters which can be mapped. So a lot of socioeconomic data has to be collected, because you know that in our country, it is not really, everything is not enumerated. It is not a very the data from the rural areas is not really available so that we can really integrate into GIS. So new projects are coming, basically the mapping of the assets. Whatever assets are being created by the government in every budget for each department is being geotagged along with the whatever you call budget code, so that they will know that how the money was invested in a particular district or a tahsil or maybe at the village level. So that kind of awareness is there in the state, so that next time whenever there is a question of allocating the funds, the funds can be allocated appropriately. And another very important thing is government is spending so much money, but they are not able to get like a change detection map at the grassroots level, because everything what they spent is not always natural resources. It is not always like what we used to do in IMSD or IWMP projects, where the watershed implementation was there, and we were trying to map that how the water bodies have increased or crop intensity has increased. It is not so. Whatever assets are being created, they would like to know that how it is changing the economic growth of that particular region, how the farmers are getting benefited, or how the people at the grassroots level are getting benefited. So there is a challenge there, that how we can bring that information into a GIS. So this will really bring a new application of the GIS, where we will be trying to map the things which are not really quantifiable. They are more of a qualitative in nature rather than quantitative. So a lot of challenges are there now today, and government is really much keen in the use of geospatial technology. So apart from e-Panchnama, at MRSAC, we are also basically into agriculture. You know, the crop insurance is a very important sector, where MRSAC is providing high resolution satellite data for crop insurance and saving a lot of money of the government. In crores of rupees, we are saving the money of the government. So agriculture sector insurance is very important. And now another important thing is mining, because in the mining also, now the government has given the district officials, district collector is now enabled, he can basically give the leases for many of the minor minerals also. Major minerals are basically with IBM and Mines and Geology Department of the government, but district collectors are also given the minor minerals, they can give the leases. And you know, there is a district mining fund also. So a lot of funds are available, where the collectors are very much keen that how you can use the GIS information to do the monitoring of the mines, whether it's we call legal or illegal. So that's also a very important area where the GIS is playing very important role. And of course, there are many other areas, like we are doing the groundwater prospect mapping, mapping all the assets, water harvesting structures in the entire state. There are many such projects basically to collect the information at the grassroots level, so that we can have everything in a GIS. So in a synoptic view, a public representative, when he goes to his constituency or to the village, he will know what structures, what assets have been created already, when it was created, how much money was spent, so that he can see that what other things he can do apart from the existing structure. So it will bring a lot of transparency. So it is all because of our efforts, the industry together, we are working for the betterment of the citizens. We are also planning to have the rural Google basically, because we have Google for cities, but we don't have anything for the rural areas. So all these assets and all the maps, once they are ready, we will have the rural Google also in the Maharashtra. So I am looking forward for your support, because without your support, we really cannot really do the kind of projects what we have done so far in Maharashtra, and we plan to do in Maharashtra. So I'm sure with this forum, many of the issues what I have highlighted, particularly keeping the national geospatial policy, will be addressed, and we will have a clear guideline or the roadmap that how to go about it, so that we know what technology needs to be brought, what technology is to be adopted, and what are the solutions. So once again, I thank AGI for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.